Hello, welcome to today's video. I'd love to talk to you today about unlocking your iconic era. And you'll hear me talk about this a lot, about really stepping into your iconic leadership, your iconic visibility. What does that mean for you as a woman in business, as you're growing your business? And what does iconic mean? Well, there's actually a description of it on my website, on my about section, actually. Iconic, a person who is widely admired, especially for having great influence or significance in a particular sphere. So this video has been created for you, a woman in business. You want to be out there, you want to be more visible, you want to be more aligned to what you are creating in your business. Maybe you have created the success that you always desired within your business, but now you feel completely in or not in alignment with what you're doing. You want more ease and flow in your business. You want to be able to attract a different type of client, a different type of opportunity. You want to create success in a different way, and you're looking for a way in order to do that. And actually, human design is a wonderful resource and a wonderful tool. I'm not saying that it's going to solve all of your problems. Of course it's not. But what it does do is it gives you an incredible blueprint of your aura. It shows you how you best operate, aligned to your unique and authentic self. You know, very often when we're growing our businesses, we feel that we have to be a certain type of person in order to create success, in order to attract in opportunities into our business. But what if I told you that actually you have a unique blueprint that has been determined for you from the cosmos? And when you can really understand that and align with it, but most importantly, fall deeply in love with it, then life feels easier, life feels simpler, and you can create the success that you totally crave. And I don't mean necessarily just success as in more money, more clients, more opportunities, more collaborations, even though, of course, you're running a business, so I'm sure that you want that, but actually feeling satisfied in life, feeling successful, feeling peaceful, feeling fascinated with life, whatever your human design type is. And I'm going to go into that in a minute. So human design really helps you to be able to make better business and career decisions, when to say yes to opportunities, when to say no to opportunities, what direction to take your business or leadership journey. Actually, I always say that human design is like a blueprint that you can put directly on your business, and you can use it as a visibility strategy, as a leadership strategy, as a business growth strategy. It helps you with your visibility and leadership choices, how to show up and when to show up, how to show up on social media, when to show up on social media, how to show up on stage, how to show up in communities, networking opportunities, for example, that might bring opportunities into your business. The visibility strategies that fit your unique energy type. There are 5 different energy types within human design. There's manifesting generators, projectors, reflectors, manifestors. Every single energy type has a unique strategy and a way of being that, when it comes to being visible, feels really aligned and authentic to you. And I know that authentic is really important to you. It's one of your key values. I know that it is. That's why you're always looking for ways that you can be more authentic when you are going out there and being more visible. It helps you with your personal and energetic boundaries. Put your hands up if you're feeling burnt out, or you're feeling that you're working too hard, or it feels like there's been this fingernail climb to the top to create success, and it's like, oh, it's never ending. I feel like I'm just clinging on. As one of my clients once said to me, it feels like I'm swimming through custard. That's how difficult it feels. It doesn't feel like that for her anymore, because she has discovered her human design. She's being in experimentation with her human design, and life feels easier. Her business feels easier. Don't get me wrong, there's still challenges, of course there is, but she's more able to deal with it because she has the energy to deal with it. She's not pushing all the time. She's a projector, so she's waiting to be invited into things. She's being valued, she's being recognized, she's being respected, therefore she feels successful. It's a different energy. And then it also helps you with your decision making patterns, like how to stop second guessing yourself, how to stop feeling that you're not good enough, how to stop making decisions based on ego and actually starting to make decisions based on what you really desire, what your bigger purpose is in life, and what you are destined to create in this world, your purpose, your dharma. So there's so many things that human design can be applied to within business, but I just want to talk today about really stepping into that iconic era within your business, within your visibility. And if you can hear a squeaky toy in the background, that is because my little dog Rudy, my little miniature sausage dog, who normally sleeps all the way through my YouTube videos, has decided that he wants to wake up and play. Well, he's doing it kind of half-heartedly. He's kind of like just lying on his bed and just randomly squishing his squeaky toy. So if you can hear it, that's him. It's just him in the background. And of course, you'll probably be able to hear seagulls and all sorts of things going on here because I live by the sea and there's lots of seagulls. So let's talk about, first of all, in terms of your energy, in order to be iconic. So let me read this again, what it says on my website. Iconic, a person who is widely admired, especially for having great influence or significance in a particular sphere. So someone who is iconic, you have significance, you are visible, you are an influencer, you're a thought leader. People respect you and respect what you're saying. You have gravitas, you have credibility. That's probably because you have a unique perspective on things. You have a point of view. You are standing by your values. You're standing for what you believe in. You're standing against what you don't believe in. You are sharing that with your audience as a subject matter expert. In order to be all of those things above, first of all, you really need to understand your unique energy, the natural way of you in your leadership. My leadership is very different to your leadership. Your leadership is very different to someone else's leadership. We're all completely different and unique. Human design is the science of differentiation. So what human design does is it reveals your natural way of being and leading and creating success, not the way that you might necessarily have been taught by business masterminds or working with coaches or mentors that do not understand your human design. And listen, with all the best intention in the world, you can very often work with people that do not understand your natural tendencies and your natural energies. So what they're doing is they are teaching you a cookie cutter version of how to create success instead of actually looking at your unique energy and how you're designed to create success. Very often I speak to clients who feel that they have to fit into this mold in order to be successful. I have to be this way in order to be successful. I need to show up, I need to talk this way, I need to be this way. But that mold is actually draining them. You know, I was having a conversation with someone today on a call who is very successful within her field. She has a wonderful background in leadership and mentorship and very, very credible. She's won many, many awards. But still, she thinks that maybe she needs to show up in a way that that person is showing up to create more success. right? Because she's moving into a different stage within her business. But what will really serve her is when she learns that she doesn't have to be like everyone else, that actually her being different will serve her. We are all unique. Human design is the science of differentiation. So when you give yourself permission to stop forcing these strategies in your business, in your leadership, in your visibility, that really aren't working for you, they're not serving you, or they are working for you to an extent, but they're not serving you energetically. They're not aligned to you. Maybe you're feeling overworked, maybe you're feeling burnt out, maybe you're feeling unappreciated. When you can actually give yourself permission to stop forcing those strategies and instead really honor your energetic strengths, this will help you to be more confident. It will help you to feel more aligned to who you are. And guess what? You can then step into your iconic era because you have the energy to do that. I was on a call with a client today who is beginning to realize that one of her highest values is time. And what she has been doing is managing a team that are not stepping into their own leadership. So she's felt that she's had to micromanage them. But actually, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because because she's micromanaging them, they're not stepping up to the plate as leaders. And actually what she's starting to do now is realizing that when she's stepping back and stepping out of the business, which quite frankly is burning her out big time, she's like frazzled and frizzled. And instead of being like that, she's deciding now by choice to step back and to stop trying to control everything. She's realizing now that that is the most precious commodity to her, even more important to her than having a successful business. Imagine that. Her well-being, her health, the time that she wants to spend enjoying her life is more important than the success of her business. And if that idea of it fills you with horror at the moment, I would ask you to really evaluate what's important to you at the moment, because there's no point having a successful business if you can't enjoy all the wonderful things that it brings to you, the money, the opportunities, the experiences in life. If you can't enjoy that, what's actually the point? And most importantly, if you don't have the time and the energy to be able to deliver that to your clients and showing up fully in your energetic self, then what's the point in that? You know, my client who was swimming through custard, do you think that she was able to deliver an incredible product to her clients? Do you think that she was able to hold that space for her clients? No, she was showing up. Physically she was showing up, but energetically she wasn't fully there. So in order for you to step into your iconic presence, I would suggest that you use human design to look at a different way of doing things. Because sometimes you might feel that a certain strategy, if you do it over and over and over again and work harder and harder and harder and harder, eventually it will happen. And actually, if you can step back and look at the bigger picture and look at your business strategically and go, you know what? That way of being isn't working. I'm going to try and do things in a different way, aligned to my human design. Then things will happen differently. So my client who has decided that time is the most important thing to her and is one of her top values, now she's giving herself the time. Her business is going to flourish even more than it was, because the business is going to represent her energy, her lust for life, her happiness, her joy. And guess what? People are going to be attracted into that. They're going to want to work with her. They want to come into her community. They want to come, it's a big business. So they're going to want to come into the business and all the things that her and her team provide, and they're going to want to be a part of that. So by her stepping back, she's going to be able to grow her business. Well, the only way that she learned that was through her human design, because it's so counterproductive. What do you mean? I work less and I'm going to be more successful? I don't get it. Because it goes against everything that we've been taught. All the narrative that we've been taught throughout our lives, that you need to work hard, you need to hustle, you need to take care of every single detail in order to create success. Well, no, you don't need to do that. All you need to do actually is follow your human design strategy. And that's really, really easy to understand when you can look at your human design holistically and look at all the moving parts. That's one of the reasons that I created the Human Design Visibility Guide. It's a human design book. It's electronic, beautifully put together electronic book, digital book. And you can order it off my website. I'll put the link below. And what it does is it gives you your whole human design bespoke to you. But what it also does is it tells you how you can create success, how you can be more visible within your business and create success and work smarter, not harder, aligned to your human design. Because that's my zone of genius. I help my clients grow their business by learning about their human design. And it might not necessarily be the business strategies. It's actually about them and how they're showing up in their leadership. What human design also does is it really helps you to become more magnetic. So again, continuing that iconic theme and understanding that magnetism comes from alignment. It's not about the words that you use. It's not about how slick and how polished the performance is. And this is where the authenticity comes in. You know, I work with a lot of speakers, and a lot of speakers think that they need to have their talk down pat, TEDx style, in order to deliver something significant. Well, actually, no, because it's the imperfection that connects us as human beings. It's one of the reasons that I don't script out my YouTube video, and I certainly don't edit them unless Rudy suddenly really starts barking, and then I'll go and edit it. But I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to edit myself, because you will be more attracted into me being authentic but unpolished, rather than if I was to come in here all rah 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 saying all the perfect things. So this magnetism comes from you being your authentic self, not trying to be like everyone else. Why would you want, you know what, I was speaking to someone about this the other day, and she had a very similar experience. I worked with a coach once when I first started my business, and when I started to work with her and started to go into her community, I realized that everyone had her haircut. Everyone was rocking the Farrah Fawcett haircut, hair flick. And I was like, oh my God, like, everyone looks the same. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful haircut. You know, like, if I could get my hair like that, then amazing. And I'm sure I could get my hair like that if I spent an hour on it every morning. But I've got better things to do. I've got naturally curly hair. And for me, I wanted to be myself and authentic. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't everyone in her community that had that hairstyle. There were some women that would never have been able to get that kind of hairstyle, but there were a lot of women in there that looked the same. Well, embrace what makes you different. Embrace what makes you special. It might be something that you've always thought is a bit weird or odd about you. Embrace it. Because it's what makes you different, and it's what is going to attract in not only clients but also incredible opportunities. You know, it might be that you're looking for someone to invest in your business. It might be that you're looking for someone to sell your business to. It might be that you're looking for speaking opportunities, or that you want to attract in more aligned opportunities. the way that you magnetize that is not through being super loud and polished and everywhere online. It's about being energetically aligned to yourself, expressed within your own design, how you're meant to be. So when you understand your decision making, the way that you make decisions using the authority within your body, when you understand the strategy for your energy type, when you understand your visibility style through human design, you become magnetic. People are attracted into you. And then this leads into the third point that I wanted to make about the fact that your iconic era begins first and foremost with your self-recognition, with your value, with the way that you honor and you respect yourself, that you see yourself for first and foremost as a credible leader, as a thought leader, as someone who has got a lot of experience in your line of work, even if you don't have the qualifications to back it up. Just by being you from your life experience, when you see yourself and you can honor yourself, everything changes. Your brand, your offers, your visibility, and the way that people respond to that, you become this magnetic force that draws people in. So when you are in your iconic era, you're not chasing. You're stepping into it and magnifying it and magnetizing the people, the opportunities, the situations, the circumstances that are going to be supporting you as you're growing and flourishing within your iconic era. And how do you fall deeply in love with yourself? You start to see yourself for who you really are. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else and you start staying in your lane and understanding your gifts and recognizing you and talking about the things that you want to talk about and really understanding your purpose, so you can then use that in all of your messaging, all of your content, the way that you dress, the way that you hold yourself, the way that you show up, the way that you're visible. It's amazing, right? How amazing. And just one system gives you all of that, and that is your human design. So I know that you are at some stage within your human design experimentation at the moment. It might be that you've just heard about human design and you've discovered me, and I'm a way that you can find out a little bit more about your human design, especially when it comes to business. Or it might be that you've been in the experimentation for many years. Remember, we are all in the experimentation. We're all students of human design. But what's really important is that you start to understand how you can apply it to your business, to your visibility, how you can build those connections, how you can position yourself as an influencer in your industry and really tap into your zone of genius. So if you would like to know more about doing that, you can visit my website, abigailrebecca.com. You can like and subscribe to my channels because I record a different YouTube video every week. You can read my blogs, and also what you can do is you can go onto my website and you can order your Human Design Visibility Guide, which is a 40-page book which will tell you all about your specific way of creating success and stepping into your iconic era using your human design. So I'll put the link down below for that. Please ask questions, aha moments, anything that you feel called to, as long as it's a high vibrational comment. I will come back and I will respond to it. I really would love to invite you to ask questions as well, because I think it's really important that even though this is a YouTube channel and I can't see you, I'm talking directly to you. So if there is a specific subject that you would like to learn about through human design related to business, being authentic, being visible, stepping into your iconic era, being a credible and visible leader, an iconic leader, then please comment below, because I'm a projector, so it's important for me to be invited into things. Thank you so much for watching today. Where have we gone to? 24 minutes. That's good. It's a good place to start. 25 minutes now. Have an amazing day, and I will speak to you soon.